about why I stopped wearing my Moldavite. So originally I wanted to wear it for 2 years straight. May would make it 2 years. However, in the beginning of January, I was taking a Sufism class and I was just really, really stressed out. My stress levels were high, my anxiety was high. I was waking up prematurely in the mornings because of it, and I just had a lot of like my mind racing. And my mind is already like active, so I wouldn't have correlated it with Moldavite, but it wasn't until the first week of January when I was taking a really intensive Sufism class. So I have been introduced to Sufism before. Maybe about 10 years ago, I got initiated into Sufism and I received a name. And while I enjoyed the practice of it, I didn't really further my interest in Sufism. And so I do think it's beautiful. And for those of you who don't know what Sufism is, Rumi was a Sufi. So the poet who's like super famous with the beautiful words tied to God, he was basically a Sufi. And so it's not a religion, but it's more so a philosophy and a way of communing with God and Allah. And so the class was great. I'm not gonna lie, it was a really wonderful experience. However, it was really stressful, and this guy comes up to me in class and he's like, "Oh, I love your piece of Moldavite." And I really should have known something was up when my original piece started scratching me in the middle of the night. So the wiring became undone and I was literally waking up with cuts, like slight bleeding, and I kind of thought maybe it was a sign, but I'm stubborn and I was just persistent, like, no, I've got to keep this Moldavite. I'm like attached and it's my baby, and I just love Moldavite, and I didn't think I would take it off until at least May, like once I graduated from my program. So anyway, he tells me he notices my Moldavite and how he likes it. However, how he's not really into it for himself. I started asking him like, well, do you, have you worked with it? Because I was kind of shocked that he even knew what it was. And so his response was basically, it was just too stressful. He's like, now I work with amethyst, and I forget what kind of white crystal. I want to say maybe quartz. But he was doing like lighter stones, still of a higher frequency, but much lighter than Moldavite. When he said it stressed him out, it really helped me connect the dots that, wow, maybe this is not being supportive of my energy right now and where I'm at in my life right now. I did mention that I do graduate in May, and so like I've mentioned this in previous videos, but it is a leadership program. And while that sounds great, it's a program called Resilient Leadership, and it's tied to sustainability, social justice. It sounds great, but I definitely need to come up with a plan and how I'm going to really build something for myself for the greater good, and feel good about my work, feel good about my purpose, and how I'm contributing not only to society and to serving others, but really to my mission. And so being at this place in my life right now, I can't handle any extra stress. Do I think Moldavite in general gives you stress? Maybe not. The year and a half that I've been wearing it have been great. Probably going on like a year and 8 months now. And because I just took it off only like 3 weeks ago, 2.5. So, I don't think it's a stone that's too stressful, especially if you have a grounding practice for yourself, such as meditation. Like, I definitely think that's super important and really helpful. It's a really good pair. They go really well together, working with Moldavite and meditating. So I think if you're grounded, it's fine. But if you are currently going through a really stressful time, you have really big life decisions to make, you have a lot of mental exercising going on, it might not be the best thing to wear such a big piece. And I was really feeling it because like after the piece that was scratching me was being unraveled, I decided to take that piece off and wear a bigger piece. Now the bigger piece I wore was even more hectic. So I literally felt relieved when I took off my Moldavite, because it was like almost like a weight got lifted. I have been wearing it for a while, and so it's been carrying all of this energy. It's definitely one of the stones that carries negative energy, and you do need to cleanse it often. Now, will I still recommend Moldavite? Absolutely. I think it is revolutionary on the level of stones and crystals, and It's one that only comes into your life if you're really ready. So if it is calling you, listen to the call, pay attention would be my suggestion, because it can really open up doors and avenues for you that may have not been open before. So I hope this helps, and I just wanted to update you all with where I was on my journey as far as why I'm no longer wearing my Moldavite. And I will say I am feeling more connected to my Sri Yantra. This was made by the collection of Sattva. So Sattva is in India, and you can't really see the geometric symbols here, but maybe I'll do a close-up, I don't know. But it's a really good stone that I've been wearing probably just a few months after I got my Moldavite necklace. So now that I'm not wearing Moldavite, I do feel a little bit more connected to my Sri Yantra, which is all about abundance and opening up your pathways to limitless potentiality. Thank you for listening, and I hope to chat with you soon. Peace and love.